Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hi, Dave. Great show. Howard from Marin County. Yes, I'm very disappointed in the Browns. However, there's a really good lesson to be learned, and that is if you look at the Chargers, look what Harbaugh has done with that team. Look at the draft picks. So that's my thing I'm going to is basically they need to get rid of everybody. I know Lance Rising doesn't like that, but, they need a new GM, the coach. They have to start fresh. Again, look at the Chargers and look how they're doing under Harbaugh. Look at the personnel they drafted. I don't trust these people to make the right draft choice. And then, as I said before, it was John Dorsey who made the team what it is. And John Dorsey, I don't think he's coming back to Cleveland. So thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.
As always, appreciate all the voicemails. Fred, the one thing I would say, and Harbaugh's done a great job, don't get me wrong, I think he's a really good coach. Browns wanted him when he was, before he came back into the NFL. He had a quarterback. He had Justin Herbert. So they had the quarterback figured out. That's a huge piece of it. And Harbaugh's he is a good football coach. Relative to John Dorsey, we showed earlier in the year, he had the one really good draft where he had Ward and Baker I would have done differently, but I'm arguing, and he got Chubb. The second draft that he had was a lot like Andrew Berry's draft. He had two drafts, 18 and 19. 19 draft was not a good draft. And he hired Freddie Kitchens. So let's pump the brakes a little bit with John Dorsey. But you got to figure out the quarterback position. We have been in purgatory for all the names, and there's going to be more names now because Watson's not the answer. You got to figure out the quarterback.
Well, yeah, you answered it. That's Jim Harbaugh. You knew what he was going to do. He's from Ohio, but we saw what he did with Michigan. We saw what he did at Stanford. The 49ers took him to the Super Bowl, and obviously at Michigan. He's a good coach. He wants to play smash mouth physical ball, but he's starting with the most important piece of the puzzle, and that is an elite or on the verge of an elite quarterback. That guy bailed you out of a 3rd and 21, 3rd and long with 2 touchdown passes. If you leave anybody open, a quarterback like that can hit the open guy with his laser arm. And, that's to me, if the Browns would have had Herbert playing in the first 7 games, I bet you they would have won 2 or 3 more, if not more than that. They need to have a top echelon quarterback. We know that. That is why we keep hammering that. I don't fault the Browns for going all in and doing whatever they could to get Deshaun Watson. They thought they were getting the 2020 NFL passing leader who threw for 4,800 yards or something close to that, not a bottom of the barrel quarterback that looks like he's at the end of the line instead of at the top of the line. So, yeah, I agree with a lot what you said, but you still have to address that quarterback issue. If you get rid of everybody else, who are you going to get?
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels, I don't know if everybody thought he was going to be the best thing ever, or he'd have been the first pick, right? I think he was second.
He was second, yep.
And I was talking to Daniel Jeremiah before the game the other day. He works for the Chargers radio. He's the NFL Network's chief draft guy. And he said he hasn't done a deep dive yet on quarterbacks or anything. He usually doesn't do that till Halloween. So that was just the weekend. But he said just watching on the surface, he hadn't been impressed with any of the quarterbacks to think there's a clear cut. There's a guy that Joe Burrow or somebody that is going to be a can't miss. The Colts kind of lucked into that when Andrew Luck was the guy, the first pick. Bengals kind of the same thing. Seems like everything else is a crapshoot. And, maybe there is a elite quarterback in this draft, but are you going to be in a position to get them? And are you going to get the right one?
Yeah, go find somebody who you trust to analyze quarterbacks and then listen to them because whomever's done it hadn't gotten it right here in Cleveland.